Hi dear students. Yesterday you have learned about some physical and chemical properties of alcohols and phenols, right? So acidity of alcohols and phenols you have learned. And in today's class, what are the effects of electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups on phenols? Electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups, okay? Electron withdrawing groups like NO2 groups, nitro group, and electron donating groups. I told that electron donating groups are alkyl groups, for example CH3, C2H5, more alkyl groups. Okay, what are if electron withdrawing or electron donating groups present on a phenols, what will happen for its acidity? Okay, I will tell in a sentence. You have to write in your notes. Okay. The presence of electron withdrawing groups such as nitro group enhances the acidic strength of phenol. If NO2 group is present on a phenol, it enhances the acidic strength. It increases the acidic strength of phenol. Acidic strength of phenol. Acidic strength of phenol. Okay. It increases. Electron withdrawing groups like NO2 group increases the acidic strength of phenol. Like that, the electron donating groups like methyl group. What will happen? This effect is more pronounced when such a group is present on ortho and para positions. If NO2 group is present on ortho and para positions, the acidic strength of phenol increases. Okay. More pronounced if NO2 group is present on ortho or para positions. If as due to the effective delocalization of negative charge on phenoxide ion and other hand. Okay, the electron releasing groups such as alkyl groups in general do not favor the formation of phenoxide ion. Do not favor the formation of phenoxide ion. Phenoxide means the oxygen is directly linked to like this. Okay, six electrons, three lone pair of electrons are present on oxygen. Do not favor the formation of phenoxide ion, so resulting in decreasing the acid strength. If electronegating groups present on a phenol, it decreases the acidic strength of phenol. Acidic strength of phenol. Okay, what is the effect of electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups? If they has, you have to write what if NO2 group, the electron withdrawing group like NO2, if it present on ortho and para position, the acidic strength of phenol increases. Okay, electron donating groups like alkyl groups like methyl, ethyl groups decreases the acidic strength of phenol because they do not favor the formation of phenoxide ion. They do not favor the formation of phenoxide ion, resulting in a decrease of acidic strength. Okay, this will notice that phenols are more acidic than. Finally, we know that the phenols are more acidic than alcohols, right? Alcohols, phenols are more acidic than alcohols. This is about electron donating and electron withdrawing groups. Electron withdrawing means the tendency to accept the electrons towards it. Electron donating means the tendency to give the electrons to others. So, electron donating groups. Then, your syllabus, esterification of alcohols and phenols. Esterification of alcohols and phenols. Esterification of alcohols and phenols. Alcohols and phenols. Okay, the name itself indicates esterification. There is a formation of esters. What will happen? There is a formation of esters. You know the general formula of esters, right? R COO R dash, R COO R dash is a general formula of esters. Esterification of alcohols. Alcohols and phenols reacts with carboxylic acids. Alcohols and phenols reacts with carboxylic acid. What is the general formula of carboxylic acid? RCOOH. And acid chlorides. General formula of acid chlorides is RCOCl. And acid anhydrides. Acid anhydrides as a general formula of acid anhydrides is RCO twice O. This is the general formula of acid anhydrides. If the alcohols and phenols react with these three, we will get esters. Okay. What is the general formula of esters? RCOOR dash. This is an esters. Okay. If alcohols reacts with not only alcohol, I am writing the general formula of alcohols and phenols, right? If R is an alkyl, that is alcohol. If R is an aryl group, that is a phenol. Okay, alcohol or phenol reacts with carboxylic acid R dash COOH. We are going to get as R. See, this H is replaced by COR dash. See, this H and this H is removed as a water plus H2O. So we are going to get ROCOR dash. RCOOR dash. This is an ester, right? So like this, the alcohols reacts with carboxylic acid to give a esters, alcohols and phenols. This is the general formula. You can take a example like methyl alcohol CH3OH plus acetic acid CH3COOH gives rise to CH3COOCH3, right? Dimethyl ester with a removal of water plus water, like this, right? COCH3. This is about alcohols and phenols react with carboxylic acid. Then what will happen if alcohols or phenols react with acid chloride? Again esters we will get, right? So if you know the general reaction, you can write the number of examples. That's why I am keep on telling you how to practice. Where you will practice the general reaction, you can write number of examples. Alcohols, again alcohols or phenols react with acid chlorides RCOCl. We are going to get acids. This H and Cl combine to give a HCl, hydrogen chloride, with the formation of ROCOR dash. You can take here R dash, RCOO dash. This is a ester. Okay. You can take a number of examples like the CH3, C2H5. You can take. You will get. Finally, you will get the esters. This is a esterification. Esterification means we are getting esters there. Whatever the reactants are there, finally we gonna get esters. Okay. This is about alcohols and phenols react with acid chlorides. You should take an example of, you have to work out CH3 and C2H5. Work out the reaction. So finally you are going to get dimethyl ester or diethyl ester or ethyl methyl ester, like this. Okay, you have to practice the reactions. Then last one is alcohols or phenols react with anhydrides. Alcohols or phenols reacts with anhydrides. Anhydrides. What is the general formula of anhydrides? Alcohols or phenols reacts with anhydrides. R dash CO twice O. This is the general formula. So what will happen? This is a presence of, in presence of acids, H plus ions. What will happen? See, this can be written as R dash CO O CO R dash. See, R dash CO twice O. This is a anhydrides formula, general formula. If alcohols or phenols reacts with anhydrides, we are going to get R O CO R dash plus R dash CO OH. See, this one will combine here. COOH. This one will combine here. R dash COOH acid. We are going to get RCOOH carboxylic acid. We are going to get and esters. Now see here. RCOR dash. ROCOR dash. So this is a ester formation. Okay. See, when alcohols or phenols react with anhydrides, we are going to get esters. Okay. If I take an example of methanol react with acetic anhydride CH3. If I take in place of RCH3, this is called as acetic anhydride. COCH3. This is acetic anhydride. We are going to get the product as CH3 COOCH3 dimethyl ester with the removal of acetic acid. COOH. Okay, this is a removal of acetic acid CH3COOH. This is a how the esterification of alcohols and phenols will take place with the carboxylic acids, acid chlorides and anhydrides. Okay, you have to practice by taking an example of C2H5 here. If you know the general reaction, you can write, right? So this is about esterification of alcohols and phenols. Okay, fine. So this next one is conversion of salicylic acid to aspirin. Conversion of salicylic acid to aspirin. Conversion of salicylic acid to aspirin. Okay, this is also called as acetylation of salicylic acid. It is a 2 marks question. Acetylation of salicylic acid. You are going to add acetyl group. So acetylation of salicylic acid. I am writing salicylic acid as SA. This is also called as acetylation of salicylic acid. Conversion of salicylic acid to aspirin. If I wrote like this is a phenol, right? This is a phenol. If here COOH group is present, it is called as salicylic acid. Salicylic acid reacts with acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride means I told CH3 COOCH3. This is acetic anhydride in presence of acid H plus ions. So what we are going to get is acetyl salicylic acid. This H is replaced by COCH3. Acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl COCH3 group is adding for salicylic acid. COOH-COCH3. This is the acetyl group COCH3 with the removal of acetic acid CH3COOH. This is acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl salicylic acid is nothing but aspirin. This is a 1 mark. If they ask one mark question, what is aspirin? Acetyl salicylic acid. Either write the structure of aspirin or write the structure of acetyl salicylic acid. Means you have to write this. Okay, acetyl salicylic acid. How we can convert the salicylic acid to aspirin means you have to write like this. When salicylic acid reacts with acetic anhydride, it is called as acetic anhydride. So we will get acetyl salicylic acid and acetic acid. This is about the conversion of salicylic acid to aspirin. So the next one is dehydration of alcohols. So the next one is dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration of alcohols. Dehydration. The name itself indicates dehydration. Dehydration of alcohols. See, dehydration means removal of water. Dehydration means removal of water. Removal of water. Dehydration. So, dehydration of alcohols. I am taking alcohols contain OH group. If this carbon has H like this, what will happen? Whatever. I am taking on general alcohol. Okay. What will happen in presence of, if we heat, in presence of acid H plus ions, heat, if we heat, so we are going to get one H, and which is gonna be moved as a water molecule, and we are going to get finally an alkene. So dehydration of alcohols gives rise to an alkene. Alkene. So like this you can take ethyl alcohol, C2H5 OH. So here one H will combine with OH, where we will get an alkene. H plus C2, C means 2 carbons, right? So CH2 CH2 ethene we are going to get, right? One hydrogen. See, C2H4 is there. One hydrogen will combine with OH. We are going to get water molecule. So this is about your dehydration of alcohols. If I take a secondary alcohol, secondary alcohol means CH3 CH. This is the secondary alcohol. OH, one H is combines with the carbon, one H is. So what will happen? Dehydration. If we gonna dehydrate it, this OH will combine with this one H. We are going to get propanol to propene. CH3 CH double bond CH2. This is a propene with the removal of water molecule. So this is about when we take a secondary alcohol. If we take the tertiary alcohol, what will happen? CH3 COH CH3 CH3. This is a tertiary alcohol. What will happen? So CH3 C double bond CH2 CH3, and with the removal of water molecule. So this is about when we take a tertiary alcohol. So here we can notice that the ease of dehydration of alcohols follows the following order. Here we can notice that the tertiary alcohols is greater than secondary alcohol is greater than primary alcohols. So the ease of dehydration of alcohols follows the following order. Tertiary alcohols is more greater than secondary alcohols. Secondary alcohols is more greater than primary alcohol. This is about dehydration of alcohols. In your syllabus, there is a mechanism for dehydration of ethanol to ethene. Mechanism of dehydration of ethanol to ethene. There are 3 steps, okay? Very simple. Mechanism. So mechanism of dehydration of ethanol to ethene. So ethanol, we were the well-known alcohol CH3 CH2OH. We can write like this, no? Mechanism. The step 1 is formation of protonated alcohol. Formation of protonated alcohol. Formation of protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol. What will happen in presence of H plus? So I am writing ethanol like this. Can I write like this? H2OH. Can I write like this? So two lone pair of electrons are there on oxygen. Protonation means addition of proton will take place. This is a fast step. So we can't determine the rate, right? When the reaction is slow, we can determine the rate of reaction. When the reaction is fast, we can't determine the rate of reaction. Okay, this is a protonated alcohol. Protonated means CH3, CH, so H. So this is two lone pair of electron with a H. So this is a protonated alcohol. This is ethyl oxonium ion. Protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol or ethyl oxonium ion. Ethyl oxonium ion. What is a protonated alcohol? Protonated means we are adding proton, right? So this is H plus. So this is about a step 1. So the step 2 is formation of carbocation. Step 2 is formation of carbocation. Formation of carbocation. Step 2 is formation of carbocation. So what will happen in step 1? I am getting protonated alcohol, right? Now I am writing like that only. Protonated alcohol, HO plus two lone pair of electrons, here H, here H, right? This formation of carbocation. So what will happen? This is a slow step reaction, hence it is a rate determining step. If the reaction is slow, we can determine the rate. So carbocation means CH3, CH, H. Deficient site, it becomes a carbocation with the removal of water molecule, H2O. This is a formation of carbocation. This is a step 3. Step 2. What will happen in the step 3 means formation of ethene by elimination. Formation of ethene by elimination of H plus ion. I am writing step 3 here only. Step 3, formation of ethene. Formation of ethene. Formation of ethene, what will happen? CH3, C plus H. I am writing like this now, CH3, okay? For the sake of understanding, I am writing like this. This is a carbocation I am writing. So this is a reversible reaction. This H will comes here. So what will happen? With the removal of H plus ions, we will get ethene. H, double bond, C, H, with the removal of H plus, okay? This is ethene. This is about the mechanism of dehydration of ethanol to ethene. See here, I am taking this as a product, but I am getting CH2 double bond CH2 as a, this as a reactant, this as a product. Sorry. So ethanol to ethene. This is about the mechanism. So the next one is oxidation of alcohols. Oxidation means addition of oxygen, right? So the next one is oxidation of alcohols. Oxidation of alcohols. Oxidation of alcohols. Oxidation of alcohols. So if I take, wait a minute. The depending on the oxidizing agent we have used, the primary alcohol is oxidized to an aldehyde, which in turn is oxidized to a carboxylic acid. Okay. If I take a primary alcohol or CH2OH, it is oxidized, oxidation, it is oxidized to RCHO. This is aldehyde, aldehyde. Keep it in the mind that oxidation is in terms of oxygen, addition of oxygen. In terms of oxidation, addition of oxygen. In terms of hydrogen, removal of hydrogen. See here, if I take a primary alcohol, here removal of hydrogen takes place. I am getting aldehyde. Aldehyde again in turn undergoes oxidation. We will get acids, carboxylic acids, RCOOH. See here, addition of oxygen taken place. Here, removal of hydrogen taken place. Strong oxidizing agents such as potassium permanganate is used for getting carboxylic acids from alcohols directly. If a strong oxidizing agent like KMnO4, potassium permanganate, KMnO4, used for getting carboxylic acids from alcohols. This is aldehyde, this is carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. If I use a strong oxidizing agent like RCH2OH, KMnO4, directly I am getting acid only. Okay, RCOH. I am not getting aldehyde yet. If I use strong oxidizing agent, that's what I am telling. So the chromium trioxide. If I use chromium trioxide, we are going to get aldehyde. Okay, same RCH2OH. In presence of chromium trioxide, CrO3, we are going to get an aldehyde or CHO. Okay. So the better reagent for oxidation of primary alcohols to aldehydes in good yield is pyridinium chlorochromate, PCC. The better reagent for the oxidation of primary alcohols to aldehyde is PCC, not chromium trioxide, PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. If I take primary alcohol in CH2OH in presence of PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate, directly I will get RCHO. What will happen? This CH2OH group directly converted into CHO group in presence of PCC. Therefore, the good yield of aldehydes will get from alcohols in presence of PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate, a complex of chromium trioxide with pyridine and HCl is PCC. PCC is nothing but pyridinium chlorochromate. See here I am taking the primary alcohol in presence of chromium trioxide. If I take a secondary alcohol RCHOH or CHOH R dash, what will happen? See, ketones will form. In place of primary alcohols, we are going to get aldehydes. In presence of secondary alcohols, we are going to get a ketone or CO R dash. Better yield will get from in the presence of PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. Here, oxidation of alcohols in presence of copper metal. Okay, copper metal and in presence of some temperature. Okay, now Only reactions are there in our syllabus. You have to work out. I am taking here a primary alcohol in presence of copper and 573 Kelvin temperature. We are going to get as aldehyde here. See here, here the removal of hydrogen. Removal of hydrogen is also oxidation. Addition of oxygen is also oxidation. So if I take a secondary alcohol, we are going to get ketones, right? Secondary alcohol, RCHOH R dash in presence of copper and 573 Kelvin temperature, RCO R dash ketones we are going to get. If I take a tertiary alcohol, I am taking a CH3 groups in place of all groups. This is a tertiary alcohol in presence of copper and 573 Kelvin temperature. We are going to get a 2-methyl propene. CH3 CH3 double bond CH2. So this is a propene in presence of copper and 573 Kelvin. What will happen if I take primary alcohols, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols? Today's last topic is identification of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols by Lucas test. Identification of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols by Lucas test. So Lucas reagent. What is a Lucas reagent? This is a one more question. What is a Lucas reagent? Lucas reagent is nothing but concentrated HCl, hydrochloric acid plus zinc chloride, ZnCl2. Okay. Lucas reagent. You have to write in one line or that's it. We know that the alcohols reacts with hydrogen halides. If I take an alcohol, it reacts with hydrogen halide. What will happen? Alkyl halides we are going to get with a removal of water, right? So alcohols reacts with hydrogen halides to form alkyl halides. The difference in reactivity of three classes of alcohols like primary alcohols, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols with HCl distinguish them from one another. Alcohols are soluble in Lucas reagent. All alcohols are soluble in Lucas reagent. So while their halides are immiscible and produces turbidity in solution. So in case of tertiary alcohol, turbidity is produced immediately. So if I take tertiary alcohol, turbidity will turbidity occur in a solution in case of tertiary alcohols. So the turbidity is produced immediately as they form halides easily. If they form halides easily, the turbidity will occur in a solution. Primary alcohols do not produce turbidity at room temperature. We can notice that if the solution becomes turbid, that is tertiary alcohols. If turbidity is not occur in a solution, they are primary alcohols. Like this we can determine by Lucas test or Lucas reagent. This is about identification of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols by Lucas test. In the next class I will continue. See, each and every reaction you have to practice and open your textbook and read about the Lucas test. You will notice the differences. Okay. Thank you.